that in winter in Boston, it's going to snow. But no one could have imagined that we would get 110.6 inches in 2015. It was January 26th when the first snowstorm hit. We got 24 inches of snow, but that was okay. We were ready. The city plowed the streets. The residents shoveled their sidewalks and dug out their cars, making sure to put their space savers in, their cones or their lawn chairs, sometimes toilets, anything to make sure their spot would still be there when they got back home. We got through that storm and things were fine. But just 1 week later, the second major snowstorm came, and then the third, and then a fourth. In 28 days, we got over 7 feet of snow. The temperature stayed below 20 degrees, so there was no melting of the snow. Things were not fine anymore. People were angry. Why haven't they plowed my street yet? I just dug out my car and it's buried again. There's no place to put the snow. The city of Boston is doing a terrible job. That's when the light bulb went on. It's time to make a snow journal. How about we give the people of Boston a tool so they can get practical information and we can show them just how much the city of Boston is doing with all of this snow. We could put in lots of pictures and entertaining videos. The first slide that we put in the snow journal was about snow emergency parking. So I live in South Boston and I'm going to just zoom in here and I'm going to see, oh, during the snowstorm I can't park on Broadway and I can't park on L Street. But here's a couple garages nearby. I could always park there. Another thing that happened, and this came around mid-February. So South Boston, this is a picture, okay, of a street in South Boston. Now the streets were two-way traffic on most of our streets, but you can see that the snow was piled into the sides of the car, so there's like 5 feet of snow that the snowplows put on each side of the street into the cars that were already parked. There's a very small area left for cars. In fact, just one will barely fit through. So the city had to make a map. The Boston Transportation Department made a map, and it showed all of the streets were now going to be one way. So all of the red arrows, those were already one-way streets, but all the green arrows were new. So everyone just had to learn which way they had to drive down the streets, and this stayed in effect till mid-April. We thought we'd give people a chance to see behind the scenes at what goes on during a storm. So this is a snow cop video, and it shows what goes on with snow cop technology. So this is a GPS-based software, and the public works staff can look at a dynamic map and see where the plows have been, where they are at the given time, and where constituents need them to be. We also put in another video, and this is about the snow farms. So there wasn't enough room after the storm to put the snow from downtown streets on the sidewalks. There's just no room downtown. So we had vacant lots throughout the city, and these became snow farms. So Kevin, who was an employee, is an employee of the city and has been plowing streets for 42 years, he tells the story about how they load up the dump trucks in downtown Boston with snow, and they drive them out to these snow farms where the snow got to be like really, really high. I'll show you another couple pictures we have about snow removal. Sorry, I can't see. I'm going to show you the after picture first, and this is the after picture of my street. That's the intersection, and then here is the before picture. So that's me, and those are 12-foot piles that were on every corner of South Boston. So, in March, early March, the snow piles finally started to melt, and there were no more big storms. Most people were happy, but not me. We were 3 inches short of the grand total. And then on March 15th, we got the 3 inches, and we had officially set the record. That's when this became a great story. It was a story about the snowiest winter in Boston's history.